We are live.
Welcome. It's that time again. Guess what time it is? It's waffle and grits time. Am I right? I
Whoop,
am.
whoop. All
Yep.
right.
Absolutely,
Let's
I
go.
am.
We
It
here.
is
Yeah.
You're right. You're
waffle
right.
and grits time. Let's get it. Y'all know what to do. Cue the intro. Anyways,
Stop.
welcome.
Like we got it.
Oh my
We gonna
gosh.
get there, y'all. We're gonna get
One day,
there.
one day we gonna get an intro.
We're gonna get there one of these days. Anyways, so guys, it's the seventh episode, man. It's the seventh episode. We've come a long way, man. We've come a long way. We're doing what we need to do. I appreciate all the viewers and all you guys that are willing to stay here and hang out with us while we go through these motions of just shooting the stuff with y'all, for lack of better words. So we're just gonna jump right into it. And today, listen, we got a special treat for y'all because again, Miss Lioness is going to lead us off today. And so I'm gonna allow Miss Lioness to kind of get us going. Go ahead, Miss Lioness. Get what you got to get off your chest. Because again, with this, there's something she wants to get off her chest, and I'm gonna roll with her. So go ahead.
Well, tell them what you got me all upset about. Tell them.
Well, there seems to be a little bit of a DEI issue going on. One of the things that there's rumors about is a new God of War game, and in this new God of War game, there seems to be a situation where they're going to be basically having the main character be, I believe, Atreus's mother, and Kratos' wife. You're going to be able to play as her, and a lot of people are there's a lot of feelings. Let's just say that about that whole situation, and I kind of want to get my co-stars' feelings about how they feel about this stuff. Go ahead, Aish.
Well, you know me. I be sick and tired of this little conversation, this so-called DEI woke. To me, argument, it just ignores reality. You know, for me, men aren't the only people who exist in this world, and story has always included different kinds of people. So them getting upset that Faye might be replacing Kratos, like she's not an important figure in this story. You know, didn't she forge the Leviathan axe? She set Kratos and Atreus on their journey. You know, she is tied directly to the mythology of the world. It's not so brand new character. So I feel like people, are online jumping to that. They're replacing Kratos with a girl boss. That's, it's just a different story in the same universe. And, I feel like this whole stupid thing, based off, what you showed us and you sent me about people calling it woke. It's like, it's just a stupid, I'm trying not to curse up in here because I'm a good person today, like people start using woke as a catch-all insult for anything that they personally don't like. Criticism is fair. Bad writing is bad writing, but calling something, DEI just because the lead isn't a white male or a male isn't criticism. It's just reactionary noise. At the end of the day, for me, what should matter is the story good? Is the gameplay good? Is the character interesting? If the answer, if that is yes, play it. If it's bad, we won't. To me, the market decides that, not based off of it be turning into a woman or an ethnic person of different ethnicity. And that's just so, it gets on my nerves with them continually doing that. Like, why is it a big deal that it's his mother? It's his mother. They didn't make some female character that nobody cares and then interjected him into the story. So I just don't understand. This is just ignorance to me. It's you're judging something purely because it's not a man before you even see it, which that's not an analysis at all.
Yeah, look. So the thing is, I think that what caused a lot of this, and I think you're just seeing the pendulum swinging too far in one direction. So what I think what's happening is, and I understand the I guess the vitriol. Well, that's not necessarily vitriol. Maybe it is vitriol, but the feelings of we don't want to see another female character, this, that, and so forth. And the reason for that is because a lot of these studios have basically destroyed their good graces with those individuals in general. And it's not just the men that are complaining about these situations, it's also the women that are complaining about these situations. One of the things that there's the whole aspect of what you're discussing, Aisha, is Gamergate. And what's happening with Gamergate is that and Gamergate is real. It's like there's two phases of this. And what's happening is that you have people that join studios, and when they join these studios, they bring their ideologies with them. I'll give you a case in point that even Ruby's going to be able to get on board with. The Last of Us 2. The Last of Us 1, people adored and loved and thought was incredible. This is the starting of Gamergate 1. What happened with The Last of Us 2 caused the entire franchise, of fans of the franchise, to lose it.
I
And it was
understand. I know
because,
what you're gonna say. I know the.
yes, there was a young lady named I was Anita Sarkeesian. Arkeesian, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing. Forgive me if I'm not pronouncing her name correctly. And basically, Naughty Dog hired her to basically give her thoughts about what should be parts of the game. And if you know anything about Anita Sarkeesian, you know where her ideology lands. And a lot of people think by doing that they ruined Last of Us 2. And it's not just Last of Us 2. Last of Us 2 wasn't the beginning or the end, but it was one of the higher prestige games that were affected by that type of behavior. So when people see these things in games where they're having key characters race swapped, they're having characters sex swapped, and they're having characters just basically replaced with just female characters for the sake of them being female characters, and that caused a lot of bad will with consumers. And what's happening is again, you have situations where these games end up not making any money, and then they'll blame toxic masculinity, or what they call the chuds, for the game failing. So to be fair, when it comes to God of War, again, this individual is the actual character in the God of War franchise, which you would think would not be an issue. The problem is just the amount of bad faith that they already have garnered, okay, with their constituents. So
I get that. I get
yeah.
that, but that's just my thing. Like I said, we're not talking about in a. I'm saying because it is a character, and I get it, and I understand that people have ruined it the way they have with female characters. I understand that personally, but for me, with this situation, it's like I said, it's not a brand new character brought in.
Mm-hmm.
She's a character that's already in the story that you all know. I would be with the bandwagon if they just brought in some, let's say, some black woman that got nothing to do with Norse mythology and say, why are y'all doing that? Y'all are just trying to, make some kind of stand. You just want that. But this is a character that we all know. And I do agree. Yes. I mean, I'm not a Last of Us person, but I do watch the videos and read things. And I was like, that was kind of pointless for the whole story for Last of Us 2. What did that gain for the actual story? It did nothing but you guys just trying to add politics in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I get, but unless they're doing that with this story tonight, I'm just saying, give it a chance. It could be a great story. I understand that they mess up a lot. They do when it comes to that, but you can't hate without giving it even a chance and even looking at a trailer. That's just for me. That's what I feel.
No, I get that. I get that, and the reason I even bring that up was because of the fact that, for example, Ruby was a fan of the TV show. She didn't play the game. She was a fan of the TV show. And I didn't want to ruin it for her because I know y'all how we talk about always ruin things for people. I didn't want to ruin it for her because I know she really liked it. So I allowed her to watch. I allowed her to watch it herself.
I watched only 2 episodes. I gotta finish it.
And I was going to say, like, in comparison, I was would start off by saying, like, wow, they shouldn't have done that, right? Change that into a female character. But when Aisha describes it, and she actually describes the story behind it, then I'm like, okay, that has potential to be a good story. So at that point, I don't understand the backlash. But if it was a situation like The Last of Us and what they did, then it would be a whole different situation as well, But like now that Aisha explains it, it makes sense. Like people should really give it a chance if she came from the original story.
Yeah,
and she's part of the game,
And I think people would. The problem is that, again, like I said, the gaming industry destroyed the good graces that they once had. They people just don't people like and again, it's their fault. That people are not going to give it a chance simply because every time they feel like they've given it a chance, they've been basically had their faces spit in. Because again, for example, we can even go to cinema. We'll talk about Halo. They gave Halo a chance for Paramount, and Paramount basically spit in their faces and said, "We're going to do it our way, and y'all are going to like it." And it was a catastrophic failure. Same thing with Last of Us. Last of Us, well, I mean, well, they destroyed Last of Us, at least, especially in, well, not just my opinion, but just in general. The Last of Us was destroyed by their own creators, at least the second one. A lot of people were very upset about the second game. And then when you were watching the second season of the live action, you saw why you saw yourself why people got upset with the whole different direction that The Last of Us went when it came to the second season because of influences of individuals that don't even play games. Okay, they just want to see representation for the sake of representation, and I think that's what causes a lot, but makes people throw up in their mouth because they're like, listen. For example, one of my favorite protagonists in a game, female lead, is The Walking Dead, Telltale's The Walking Dead, Clementine. I love that character. Okay. I absolutely love that character. I'm taking it back for a reason because I know that's an older game. Okay. But it's incredible. Storytelling is incredible. And at least it was for me. And she was a great character, in my opinion. Now, if we want to take it to 2026 with the game that just came out recently, Resident Evil Requiem just came out recently. Okay. And with that game, one of the main protagonists is a girl. And you do not see people going off about her being one of the main characters in a mainline Resident Evil franchise that's known for, macho male shooting zombies type of stuff. That's not known for that. But they have a girl who was not even she's not a Mary Sue. She's very vulnerable. She's scared of every effing thing.
Talking about that annoying one that I was trying to stay up and watch.
She is annoying. She is annoying at that aspect. Like it doesn't make sense that I get it, but at the same time, I don't,
For your job position and you're a punk like that. Oh, I was waiting for her to
do you notice she can't even make eye contact when she's talking to someone? So it's like, how in the world are you even making eye contact with all these creatures? It makes no sense.
So, here's the thing. The reason for that is because if what you saw, I don't know if Aisha was asleep because she was in and out.
Don't be judging, okay?
In and out of consciousness while I was playing.
My life, okay?
But what I was going to say was, I know Ruby saw it, and the reason was for again, the girl literally watched and witnessed her mother get her head fucking cut off. Okay, in broad daylight, wasn't broad daylight, but it was at a storm. But still, that's traumatizing. She became an FBI agent, and again, there's different ranks of FBI agents when it comes to the FBI. And I was kind of pissed. I'm like, why did the chief of the FBI send her to go do that mission? Because she's just an investigator. She's not someone that goes in and handles
so she's desk duty.
Yes, that's why she's desk duty girl. She is not built, or is her position built for her dealing with what she's dealing with in the game, which is why people are raving about how well she played that character. They're raving about it. Okay, all over social media, including Reddit and everything else, are talking about how great her character is.
Let me get on Reddit and go cause some problems and say her character is trash. What is she doing? She got her mama killed because she want to stand there and ask questions. She say, "Let's go."
I hated that
let's go. She pull out the mama pulled out the Glock. It's time to go.
So I guess people liked it because of the fact that they felt like it felt more realistic to them about a little young lady in that situation where things just go crazy and you're being chased by zombies and everything else. So I think a lot of people appreciate that aspect of it. But what ends up happening, at least from what I was I don't want to spoil too much, but from what I'm playing, I really enjoy what I was seeing. Now, with that being said, I think going back to the whole DEI thing, a lot of people are just upset because of the fact that every time they give these gaming industries a chance, for example, what was that movie game that was supposed to come out that basically got canceled in the first week. And I'm not kidding you not. It literally got canceled in the first week. It was called Concord. Yeah, it was supposed to be.
Oh.
It was Sony's Sony's Overwatch. Okay, and they sat back because it was a DEI situation. They sat back and they allowed these people to make these grotesque characters that fit every single like gender or whatever you want to call it. It was just to say that they checked the box, okay, and then they turned around and released the game and nobody played it, and Sony canceled it in the first week, and Sony spent millions, tens of millions, if not hundreds of millions of dollars in the development of that game. They even were making a TV show, or even going to make a TV show with it. All got canceled. You know why? Because people don't care for that. People look at video games as an escape. And if you make a good, compelling female character, just like in what's that game called? Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider is another one. People love Tomb Raider. Okay, what they don't like is when they have people like I'm gonna go back to what I talked about last week, where they want to get sensitive and start to change aspects of the character because they don't want to what they call influence the male gaze. We don't want males getting off or being excited about watching attractive female characters, as if women don't like attractive female characters.
Nah,
so, for example,
like
Laura Croft originally had the short shorts on and the little skimpy shirt on with big breasts. Okay, that was her character. All right, as if girls don't exist with big breasts and wear short shorts. They do exist. We see again. Go to Florida, go to California, see them all the time. But my point is this. Is that in the new games that they released recently, they've tried to basically like cut down on her feminine attributes. So they basically removed her breast, basically gave her a man chest, okay, and
they should.
They simply turn these girls and make them look like 9-year-old boys, and that's one of the issues that a lot of people have. So. I think that's why I said I don't blame them for not really giving it a chance. I think I kind of think they should, simply because of the fact that like it's a part of the God of War universe. But the problem is, like I said, they got rid of all the good faith from their constituents, and also they have a tendency to ruin female characters, because what they do is they want to basically they want to put a female skin on them, but give them all male behaviors and mannerisms. So, and it's kind of like, what's what is this? Why don't you just make it a dude then? Now, again, I've played I've played the first God of War game. Well, I'm talking about the first new one, the newest one. Was it God of War? The one you were playing, Aisha?
Yeah, the God of War, yeah, the remastered or whatever it was, yeah.
The newest one. So so my whole thing is that it's like I brought this up last week. Kratos was a lot more what the people would consider based, of the cool kids say now. They will call it based.
Please don't, please.
Then he was in this actual game. Not to say the last God of War game wasn't good. I heard got a lot of good reviews, but people did bring up the fact that they've kind of moved away from Kratos's, more spicy aspects of his life. And some people assume the reason for that was because they are trying to, and that's Sony. That's a Sony issue. So Sony America, ever since Sony, I don't want to take up too much time, guys, but I'll make this quick. Ever since Sony has taken control over over here in America and California, they've made a lot of changes to games, especially when it comes to censorship. Okay, when it comes to censorship of games, so when it comes to remakes and things like that, you see a lot of differences in how those games were looked originally, and how they look, and when they're remastered, and how things are taken out of them because of the fact that they feel like, well, this might be offensive to people now, compared to maybe 10 years ago. So that's kind of the situation that we're in. But Ruby, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I kind of agree with everything that you're saying. I think it's just the generation that we're in now, like the 2026 and stuff like that. How they're trying. Well, they kind of, I guess, the disguise that they're trying to do with these like movies, these games, right?
Yeah.
Saying that they're not necessarily putting these female characters for a reason, but a lot of the times it's just because they're trying to throw out like what is it, like what they believe in, trying to push that they're all females and all these feminist ideas, right? Which nothing wrong with that or whatever, but it's just when you're trying to like mask that in movies and games and stuff like that, it really does kind of suck for all the new games that actually have a good story with a female characters, you know, just
Yep.
like how guys have been saying. Aisha was saying the God of War. I'm not really like versed into those games right now, but just like her explaining the game in general, right? Like it does suck that, like you said, a lot of people are not going to give this game a chance. And it's just because they've definitely, you know, destroyed that image. And I just hope, me personally, I hope that it just changes or it gets called out more or people wake up from this and just, you know, give it a chance and start calling out what it is, you know. But a lot of people are very ignorant and are trying not to, I don't know, I guess, I don't know what goes on in those people's minds, you know. Like, do you not see what's going on? And see what actually has a good story, just like the Resident Evil with Grace, right? Honestly,
Love
she
it.
annoyed me. Just the character alone annoyed me. But I will have to admit the story is great. And I'm all for the way that they did it, especially because they brought back Leon. So it's like that switch off that they have, it didn't destroy the story at all. And I'm all for it. I just wish people would be more open minded than closed minded, you know, and not giving things a chance.
Well, what
All we
happens?
asking. Give it
Well,
a
you have to
chance.
build that. Like you got to build that back up. I mean, people used to, but you got to build it back up. Because if all you've done is like basically spit in people's face, and again, the reality is like, for example, this is basically just like Hollywood. So just like the gaming industry, what Hollywood does, what the gaming industry has done, they've gotten in cahoots with individuals on certain ideologies that they've tried to that they've given lots of money to sit back and push political and social ideologies because they think, and again, these are people that have a lot of money that are able to do this, that they infiltrate certain situations and they sit back and try to change the culture and ideology of those places because they think that their culture and ideology is better. So by doing that, they go in there, they infiltrate it, they spend a lot of money, they hire a lot of people that share the same ideologies, and they try to restructure it. Because again, we're going to go to the old anime situation after this, guys. It's the same thing. So the thing about it is that when this first was happening, people were giving it a chance. You know, for example, I'll give you a perfect example. Spider-Man, the Marvel Spider-Man, right?
Oh
Marvel
yeah, they have like
Spider-Man, people
two
loved the first
Spider-Man.
game. Yeah, they loved the first game. And I enjoyed it. It was incredible. Now, what happened was because they did such a good job for the most part, there were some things they didn't like because they thought Mary Jane looked ugly, you know, what she was not really. They didn't make, again, Mary Jane has always been attractive, but for whatever reason, they seemed to purposely made her unattractive in the game. But regardless, the game itself was actually really good. Now, what happened when they after all the success, and this is what these gaming industries, not just the gaming industry, the entertainment industry do this too. And this is to Isaac's point, which is why people don't want to give it the benefit of the doubt, because because of the good graces of the first Spider-Man, when Spider-Man 2 came out, everybody bought it. And they made all that money back just to spit in the people's face because everybody said that part 2 was horrible compared to the part 1, just like The Last of Us 1. People ran flocking to The Last of Us 2, trying to give them good graces, only to be disappointed because they sat back and spit in their faces with some bull crap that was completely completely different from what they had already built, just to sit back and push a social agenda. And that's what people despise. Whatever side of the aisle you on, most people do not want that in their games. And they do not want to be sat back and pressured and preached to in their games about whoever's ideology. They don't. So that's why it's an issue. Moving on to the anime situation, guys. In the anime situation with the localizers, a lot of people are complaining that, and again, and before I move, because it's all going to connect, the Japanese Sony studios, from my understanding, are looking to put some chains on the American studios And what I mean by that, which, for example, Marvel Rivals had destroyed Overwatch, and Aisha was a huge. Aisha put me on Overwatch.
I sure did.
Aisha was a huge fan of Overwatch. Overwatch destroyed itself with its own stupidity. Okay,
Overwatch 2 is trash.
Yes, with their own stupidity. And here comes Marvel Rival, which is literally the same game. And you know what people are talking about Marvel Rivals compared to Overwatch? Is how they're not afraid to allow their characters to be attractive. Okay, you see the characters and I don't. You're gonna have like gooners out there. We know they exist. They're gonna be gooners out there that is just gonna be losing their stuff to like a animated character. Who cares? Okay, we don't care. Let them be great. Okay, it is what it is. But anyways, my point is that when you move over to the aspect of like the anime situation with the localizer. Now, the localizers are the people that are translating these anime into English, okay, for people to enjoy here in the States. But here's the drama here. A lot of people are upset because a lot of the English localizers, who again, some of them have political ideologies that lean a certain direction, are changing the words and changing some of the aspects of the show when they're translating it, taking away from the original Japanese ideals that they put in it when they created it in the first place. A lot of people are upset about that, and a lot of localizers have told their audiences they don't care because they know better than you, and they're going to do what they want. And what has caused a lot of these Japanese companies to say, we're going to cut you out. We're going to cut you guys out. We're going to cut you guys out anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to use AI to translate everything now. Okay? And people are going to be losing their jobs. All because these individuals want to sit back and push agendas. Go ahead, Aisha.
I mean, that's dumb as ever. I mean, just translate it the way it's supposed to be translated. I mean, it is what it is. But I mean,
so.
You would think if it's make life easier, just give me what it says. But I mean, I'm not too versed, but it just sounds like,
for example,
people
Aisha,
are. What was that?
So, for example, Aisha, there's one a popular one. It's, for example, there was a anime where the male character was a bit feminine, and they changed it in America and just made the person trans. The person wasn't trans. Yeah, the person wasn't trans in the original anime, but he was just a feminine. But they made him trans in the show, but the Americans came over here and made him trans.
Well, we know, unfortunately, America got problems. America got issues. They always gotta try to make things their own and just ruin a lot of things. That's just what they do. But as for having AI translate, and I guess that's an issue. I guess people are not happy about it. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, about having AI cost people jobs. Yeah.
Yeah. So jobs. I mean, I get it because you got AI. They think people, like you said, woke trans. It's going to purge. Having AI is going to purge woke translators. That's what people are hoping. But on the other side, thinks the AI is going to destroy the entire art firm, which, the truth is somewhere in the middle of how we're going to handle this situation. Yeah. But it sounds, to me, it's complicated because translation and localization, between that, it's just going to be hard. And they're not word for word, I guess, conversions. No, nothing's ever going to be word for word conversion. Even Japanese don't always have, in different languages, don't have an English exact term.
Agreed.
And people got to understand that, especially for people who, like myself, having family that speak a whole different language, and then they're saying things, and they're trying to, when you're like, what are you talking about? And they're trying to translate, and there's not an actual, word for it. So they're using things that doesn't necessarily fit. So that's going to be hard. And then it's harder because cultural references, tone, humor, slang, and context. So it's going to be struggles with that even when you watch subtitles. I watch a lot of anime in the actual that, and I'm over here trying to read subtitles, and sometimes it doesn't make sense because there's not that that. So I don't know if AI will still make those same mistakes
Yeah,
with
I don't.
context,
Good.
sarcasm, cultural things. So I don't feel like it's in technology. I don't. Is it a bad thing that technology is going to improve translation? Is it a total bad thing? No, but also I don't like to hear that AI is replacing people's jobs. If
Yeah,
it helps, yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was gonna say I don't want to see people lose their job. Even if I
No.
disagree with their ideology, I don't want to see them lose their job. What I don't, but it's like if I am a artist, like if you're an artist and you create something, Aisha and Ruby, right? You
Mm-hmm.
create something, you put your your heart, sweat, and tears into it, and you sit back and want to send it overseas for other people to enjoy what you created in your art form. And then when it goes to these other places, people say, okay, you know what? Because we don't like certain aspects of what you were trying to is what is being said in your show and in your art, we're going to change it for our audience. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of where, and again, that was the reason I'm bringing that up because that's what a lot of these Japanese studios are doing or saying. They're saying that they don't like that. This is their art, and we want it to be translated the way that what they wanted to be represented the way it was originally created.
And they should, and they 100% should. This is my work. This is not yours. You should not go and change it and make it to what you are. But then maybe Japan and anime need to stop. Don't sell their rights to to Americans, and we just read our subtitles.
Well, that's
Because if
worse.
y'all gonna
Well,
go
that's
ahead and
even
keep
worse.
tripping and doing what you said, where they changed a whole character that was feminine,
Yep.
had feminine tendencies, and then turned it into a trans, you
Yep.
just ruined the whole show. There is nothing wrong with trans and none of that stuff, and I'm not
Mm-hmm.
saying that at all.
Yep.
But if it has nothing to do with the show of that thing, then they shouldn't do it. I don't want you guys thinking that we're saying there's anything wrong with those kind of
Not at
things,
all.
because there's not. But if the Japanese anime was about trans and it moved over to America about trans, that's fine. But you can't take a guy that is a middle feminine and then turn him into a trans. That's not cool.
Well, the thing about it is they're also doing it with the subtitles. So
Yes.
that's why they want to get AI just to basically translate it all together and remove them completely. Because even in the translations, they're sitting back and changing shit, and
Yeah.
that's the it's not becoming. It has already become a issue that needs to be resolved. But again, guys, this is what I'm saying, man. We're running into these situations with these individuals who are going out of their way to like infiltrate these genres of entertainment to sit back and put their own influences on them. For example, I agree with Aisha. There are girls and women that enjoy a lot of the same things that guys do, video games and things like that and so forth. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But the reality is that they make up such a small percentage that it doesn't make sense for it to be a even translation. I mean, even split down the middle, because the vast majority of women do not play video games when you're
Mm-hmm.
comparing it, especially comparing it to men. Same thing when it goes to comic books. It's the vast majority. That's more of a male centric like audience. That's just the reality. It's not a dig. That's just the reality. There's not everybody's not Aisha. Everybody's not Ruby. You know what I'm saying?
Only one me. Get it
Yeah,
together, people.
Oh my
so
God.
there's I brought this up on one of a podcast beforehand. I said when I was coming up, anime was considered like
Pariahs, the
nerdy and
geek thing, nerd.
and
Yeah.
unattractive to women. You know, it just more recently that it's become more mainstream. So it again, that was kind of more of a guy thing, you know, and so forth. But again, that's not to say that there's no women that play video games or read comic books. There are, just in comparison to men, there's not a lot of them.
And they may have had to hide because they were getting that same kind of judgment. Oh, that you like anime, that's for guys. You like comic books, that's for guys. So
Yeah,
there might have been a broad thing of women in that time period of our 90s and early 2000
yeah,
things, but because it was a stigma that it's for guys,
yeah,
you kind of just stay quiet because, we know growing up in 90, it was mean. People were brutal.
yeah,
Maybe not as brutal as today, but they're
yeah,
brutal. But I would
yeah.
say this, Levi, then the problem isn't AI versus humans. The issue is quality and intent, the intent of
Mhm.
what people have.
Yeah. Yeah, it means yeah, absolutely. And when it comes to that kind of stuff, I think it needs to be really does need to be like people need to look at it outside the lens of their own biases.
Of
And
course.
I get it. I get it. People want to, be a part of their team and their groups and so forth. That people are tribal. It is what it is. But my whole thing is that again, when you're trying to have an actual conversation about these things, and again, I've seen the conversations. There's people on one side saying that it's like when people want to sit back and be like, oh, every time there's a girl in a game, it means the game is super woke and it's going to be garbage. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at
Yeah,
all.
that's what
Or,
my issue is, that the automatic is super woke. It's
uh-huh.
DEI. Like, give me a reason why it's DEI. Give me a reason why it's woke. Just because a woman is there doesn't make it woke.
Yeah.
Give it, yes, if they're doing the whole thing with Last of Us and the whole trans thing, then maybe I think woke is a stupid thing. It's just people pushing politics on people.
Yeah, and I can already hear people in the comment section. The Last of Us Last of Us 2 sold really well,
Okay,
Levi. Yeah,
yes.
I'm like, yes, it did. And it's based off what I said before, guys. Remember, I said that was the good faith and the goodwill from their audience, thinking since the first game was so good that yes, we're going to buy the second game out of goodwill. And they did, just like they did Spider-Man 2. And everybody has said that Spider-Man 2 Spider-Man 2 was garbage in comparison to Spider-Man 1, and The Last of Us 2 was not as good as Last of Us 1. People were pissed off about what happened to Joel and and
Yeah.
and some other things that took place. So it's very, how should I say this? It's very hard for people to kind of get away from their biases where they feel like they're always having to go up against another team to try to fight for what they believe is right or appropriate. So to Ruby, your thoughts.
Yeah, I feel like this one is, I'm like in the middle. I can't really
Mm-hmm.
choose a side. Just like Aisha said, I'm like, there's a lot of benefits that could come with the AI. Like maybe, like if we're open minded and give it a chance, it might be better. But at the same time, you see that perspective, the emotional perspective, like, man, people need jobs, right? Or how
Yeah.
you said, someone puts in all this work into a story only for it to get changed. Oh, that would mess me up so bad. Like, it took me forever to get this perfect, and someone decides to change it up in their own way. Like, no, that's obviously not right either. So
Gotta
I'm
run
like,
that fair one. Gotta run the fair one. Like Levi always says, gotta run me a fair one.
Gotta run me the
I
fair one,
know,
man. I'm trying to
right?
tell you. So
And
like
also, I just want to say, the
mm-hmm,
fact that you're bringing up how they did us with Last of Us, and I haven't played the Spider-Man or whatever, but like
mm-hmm.
that is
Neither have
not
I.
fair. The fact that they made season one so good and tricked us into watching season two and everything, and we get disappointed. I hate that. I hate that it's such a norm for them to do that too when you're putting it out there like that. They do that often. It's like they trick a lot of people just to make that money to get them into that second part. And then the statistics end up kind of being wrong, but it's just the part of play that they do. I don't like that.
And that is why
Mm-hmm.
I hit that uninstall button very quickly, and I hit that turn off button. And Levi don't be understanding why uninstall is such a perfect thing, but they're gonna try you in that manner.
Yeah, that's just the thing, man. If I do not mind, and again, for example, oh God, for example,
Don't get us beat up.
when you look at if you even go to entertainment, go back to entertainment like we talked about last week, the Spider-Man movie, they try to make a Spider-Woman universe with Madam Web,
Oh, is
okay,
that
with a
what that?
bunch,
Oh, well, I ain't
yeah,
never watched it.
with all their like Spidey, um, with all their like female Spidey stuff, and it failed miserably, miserably. It was awful.
Well,
Okay,
let's be
nobody
real.
liked it.
The trailer didn't look amazing. It
Yes.
didn't even catch your attention halfway with the trailer. So yes, that
Yep.
was gonna flop anyways because the trailer, it was just, there was nothing
I
Yep.
I
grabbing
want
you.
to say I feel like I'm not into Spider-Man or anything like that, but I
That too.
have noticed, for example, on like Netflix or Disney or whatever, there is so much Spider-Man talk, so many like these cartoon new characters, female characters as well, that they're
Yeah.
like, I'm like,
Spider-Man is probably one
Spider-Man
of the
is,
most popular.
yes, it's being used up heavy. I don't like that because I lost interest in it completely, you know?
Why?
Like
Right
this.
after Tobey Maguire, I don't lost
Yes, because
interest.
it's like, well, why are they trying to overdo it? For example, after they made, what is it? Tom Holland Spider-Man, and then that other
Mhm.
guy also, they made him Spider-Man. The only reason why I even like them is because they're good actors, but it's not like a movie that I go back to rewatch, you know?
The
Mhm.
same stories with
And
3 different people.
yes, and after that, I can't do it. If they do another Spider-Man and all these shows that they're doing, I can't watch them. I'm like, this is too much. So much Spider-Man, this and that. These
Mhm.
female characters coming in, like it's being soaked up heavy. And I have been done with Spider-Man for a while now because of it.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that
I
didn't even
go ahead.
catch my idea for Madam Web. I was like, okay, what if she got bit by a spider too? Now we're doing a female version.
Oh
Dumb.
my goodness.
Let's move on. And it's nothing against it. Yes, I do agree that there was no point to it to make it a female thing. I don't even know, is Madam Web a comic book, Levi?
Yeah, she's in the comics.
Okay,
Yeah,
then
it's
never mind.
the
I don't
thing
know
about
nothing
it.
about it.
The thing about her is
Mhm.
that she could, Madam Web could be good. It's just the people that they ruin it because they don't know how to write these. They read the comics, but
Mhm.
they don't go by how how they're portrayed in the comics. They put their
Yes.
own spin on it, which
Mhm.
annoys people. Because people that, I've said this before, people that, the whole reason why you're deciding to bring these characters to like the silver screen is because of the popularity of the character itself, that people have made it popular by watching the comics and everything like that. People made that popular. So that's why that's why a lot of people get upset when they see their character not being portrayed the way they should have been portrayed in the in the comic. It upsets them.
And there's nothing wrong with that. You have the great source
Yep.
material right there. You don't have to do word by word,
Yep.
but at least stick to the source material, then
Yep.
people are
Yep.
going to like it.
Yep.
You could
Yep.
bring that because you're right. Some people don't know how to write. Sometimes men don't know how to write women. Women don't know how to
Yep.
write men. Sometimes women don't know how to write women. Men don't know how to write men.
Yep.
Y'all got to get it together. I like good quality stuff.
Yep.
I think
Yep.
we all should like that.
I don't know some people that
Absolutely.
I don't trust people to with some of these movies that have gone mainstream.
Yep. 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 So it's just
Yeah.
that's just some of the things that we like you'll deal with when it comes to Hollywood and entertainment in general, man. They're trying to appease like
You can't
a,
appease everybody, okay?
yes. They can't appease, that's true, but they're trying to appease they try to appease a certain demographic that doesn't even
Care.
it doesn't even like consume what you're trying to produce. They just want to be able to say, see, look what we've done. Look what we've done to what you like. So I'm just like, okay, man.
Well, I mean, that's with anything, just like how we can jump into say how they made Halle Berry the Little Mermaid. Ain't nobody asked for all that. And they make certain characters into that, and then they're blaming the black community like we didn't ask for that. And you don't hear a lot of, there probably is a few, because everybody needs representation, but a lot of them, like you said, don't even care. So it's just a feeling, they just want to incorporate without asking the people, do we actually want it?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I still like say that Little Mermaid.
Oh, really?
I don't know. Now I told you I don't really jump in a lot of the mainstream where everybody's like, oh, you got to go watch it.
These live actions.
Yeah, just jumping out there like it don't catch my eye. The only time I jump for the live action is because I'm a big fan of Lion King. And I ran because it came out on my birthday and I made the family go see it. And I told them if the opening don't hit, we're walking out and demanding my money back. And the opening hit. Oh, yeah. It had better open with the original song. And they did. Other than that, I don't really jump to go see. I like the Jungle Book, but I don't like the excess, all these live action stuff.
Yeah, man. It, Disney, I think Disney understands that they made an error in judgment when they start trying to sit back and make everything live action that was once animated. I think Disney looks like they're kind of starting to reel stuff in now.
That's a lot. They got Moana on the way.
Oh well, shit. Maybe.
Oh yeah, you're right.
They got Moana live action on the way.
Is the Mufasa movie live action? Yeah, right.
Yes.
Mufasa was pretty good.
That was the best of the best.
Yeah, Mufasa was good. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that little origin story.
I feel like I grew up with Lion King, and then everyone always talks about it. So Mufasa was the best movie I've ever seen. I'm so obsessed with it.
Oh my god!
Now, did you watch it, Levi?
That? No, I watched it with her. Yes.
No, it was good. They had some good.
Wait,
songs.
What? We watched it together? I forgot.
Oh, yeah, I don't even know when I watched it.
That is
no, it's because I personally went to go to the theaters to watch it. I think I watched it 3 or 4 times in theaters.
Well, I ain't giving them that kind of money. I waited
to
hit Disney. I waited to hit Disney Plus.
It's so funny. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go for my daughter, right? No, it was for me the entire time. The music was amazing.
It's like when they put Lion King back in theater. You remember that, Levi? A couple years ago, they put the Lion King back in theater, and it was filled with nothing but adults and some kids and a little bit of kids with their family. My mom said, I know good and well you're not about to spend $10 go to the theater for a movie we have at home. I said, I was born when it came out. I need to see it on big theater. Okay, I gotta see Mufasa die in all the big screen. Surround sound, everything.
They're definitely milking this Lion King thing, man. They definitely
put some respect on it.
Yeah,
the live action Lion King could have done
better.
They've been
doing good recently.
But I think they're done. What else can they do?
They still got the Lion King 2 and the other Lion Kings that they can play with.
You're not wrong about that. They could be sick.
They can play with those.
They just better not use like high-end celebrities like Beyonce and stuff like that.
They are going to.
They always do that. They always do that.
I hope not. I hope not.
Beyonce's gonna get 50 lines in there. That she only had 1 line in the whole movie, and she only 30 lines.
Thank God.
Remember, wait, isn't in the Lion King 2, wasn't it a female, like a girl lion?
Kiara. His daughter Kiara.
Yeah, I guarantee you when they make a live action of that, it's gonna be voiced by Cardi B. But how much money I want to be betting on that?
Stop.
I'm trying to tell you,
if they do, I'm not watching it. We not listening to no ghetto Kiara worse than Beyonce's Nala. It's Cardi B.
Oh my God.
Ghetto. I will walk out. I said, oh, absolutely not.
Oh my God. That would be absolutely hilarious. Yo, and you know what? I don't know what I mean. At this point, Disney needs a win.
I don't know if they're gonna win with that one. They're not gonna win with that one.
That would have been hilarious. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. And like that the female line.
You know what though?
No, I'll be like,
I will be honest. Cardi B is much more entertaining than like the Beyonce stuff. So I would rather watch Cardi B causing chaos.
Yeah, Cardi B doing that ass. She should have been a hyena in the first one.
I would have. Oh yeah,
let her be a hyena.
If they made her a hyena, I would scream.
Now that would have been hilarious. With over there with them those fools. Yeah, now that would have been hilarious. But as Kiara, no. God no.
Oh my God! I wish they would do that now.
Oh Lord. I will not be seeing that in theater. No, absolutely not.
Absolute craziness.
Worth it, in my opinion.
Absolute craziness.
Yeah, I didn't know there was gonna be a Moana live action.
That's wild to me.
That's coming out, I think, pretty soon.
Yeah, when? Because I've been seeing like trailers constantly for a while now.
Oh man,
July 5th.
July? Oh, still. Oh wow, it's still. Wait,
it's literally right around the corner. Mm-hmm. Just a few months from now. So literally right around the corner.
Like 4 months. Still a while.
That's gonna be here before you know it, man.
And I
Off
still ain't
topic.
going to the theater to see it. I'm not.
I was gonna say off topic, but did you guys know there's a new Hunger Games movie coming out?
Oh God, why? I thought it was dead, the last one.
I
It's
think
like
so, yeah.
it's before everything started or whatever, like the
Oh
first
God, of
couple.
course.
The
Yeah.
Sunrise of the Reaping.
Yeah,
This comes
I
out November 20th.
Yep.
yeah. Well,
So
I mean, they're gonna lose money once again because um
For t-
the last one did awful. Last one did awful. And the thing about it is, again, that's going about the Hollywood. When you have a lot of money, and Hollywood's actually starting to feel this now, but when you have a lot of money to spend to try to push your own agenda, you can sit back and afford to take a couple of L's. But what's happening is that that's starting to change. That's starting to
mm,
change when it comes to these characters. I mean, these movies, if you will.
and that's why I keep saying, why are we keep doing the same old things, extending them, making 50 of these thousand movies? Give us something original. That was what we were discussing last week. Why do we need, what was this, Hunger Game number 20 already?
Yeah. Wait about you got like Scream 1,000 coming out. So I
I'm not
mean,
watching that one either. I said, oh, look, Neve Campbell's back. Okay, yeah, that's nice. I'm not watching it. You know, because Hunger Games, I only watched the first one. And when they killed Rue, I said, you know what? This movie's gonna be for the birds. I don't like it. Saw the second one and then I stopped.
so what about
Second one wasn't even good.
so I know that when it comes to like what's that movie called? Oh man, it's another one. Hold on. It's gonna F with me until I remember it. There's a movie that oh my goodness. Oh, Scary Movie. Yes, Scary
I'm gonna be
Movie.
looking at it. I'm gonna watch it.
Yeah, so Scary Movie is coming out, and again, it's got a lot. And listen, the critics have been saying it's going to be horrible, which makes me want to watch it now.
Yeah, critics, shut up, because y'all don't understand Scary Movie at all. And they brought Hanson back with
Makes me
his
want to
little
watch
hand.
it.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm not. I
Yep.
maybe not going to the theater and do it unless my friends want to go. But
Oh, really? You gonna go to the theater and watch it?
I'm not. But if they say, if the friends want to, maybe. But I ain't going no theater. I ain't paying the $5 for these movies.
Paying the $5.
Not paying it. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm not. But I
Yeah,
do think some of it looked funny. You know, making fun of a
oh,
lot
they're
of
making
those
fun of
movies.
everybody. Yeah, they're making
And
fun
I
of everybody in
love it.
this. Yep, I appreciate that kind of stuff. But yeah,
Got
they're gonna
what,
be making fun of
Sinners?
everybody.
Yep, Sinners. That weird doll movie, whatever the heck it is.
Mhm.
Not Annabelle, but you know that Megan. I ain't watching.
oh
it.
yeah, that
I
one.
ain't see it, but
Yeah, that's crazy.
it's gonna be funny. They're
Craziness.
bringing
So
all
yeah.
the original people back, and Sean is still the way he is. But I guess he's
Who?
accepted it. Marlon's brother, the one that was always, you knew he was
Oh
gay,
yeah.
but then he tried to hide it. It looks like now he's fully open to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna
Yep,
be funny.
yep,
I think it's
yep.
gonna be
So
good.
we're gonna see what happens, man, because I think like first for example, they didn't spend a lot of money. I know they didn't spend a lot of money on this.
Oh, absolutely not.
So since I know they didn't spend a lot of money on this, they're probably going to make their money back because again, I know Ruby hasn't seen any of them, but scary movies are cult classics.
What?
Yes, I know Ruby hasn't seen any of them.
Are
Okay,
those
You know?
the parody stuff? Parody
Yes,
movies? I think I've
yes.
seen like one, like the very old ones. With a
Mhm.
little boy that's very pale. And there's like I can't remember. But yeah, I think I've seen one at
Yes,
least.
parodies of different movies. Yep, yep, yep. I mean,
that's
it's
something we
interesting
gotta
because
sit back.
she loves her some hot chicks, you know, but the scary movie really didn't ring her radar like that. But
Yeah.
It's
like
because it got overhyped.
well, scary movies was a lot more crude than hot chicks.
Yeah. It's
Like
more
scary
crude,
movies,
yeah. And
yeah,
Scary
way more
Movie 2 is my
crude.
favorite. That's the most hilarious one to me.
Who?
Scary Movie 2.
Oh,
I think she will laugh at, but it is crude. A lot of more crude humor.
I like crude humor. That's why I loved
We know.
I loved what's it called? Um I gotta show it to Rube. It's a movie called Waiting. I love Waiting.
Never
Um
heard of it.
Oh, you never heard of Waiting with Ryan Reynolds?
Oh, I don't like Ryan Reynolds.
What?
What?
He's he's amazing. What do you
Yes.
mean?
What don't you like about Ryan?
I don't find him funny.
Oh man.
I
So you,
don't. Ain't nothing pop out and nothing. Ain't no smirk. Ain't no nothing. It's the same with a lot of these comedians. Ain't nothing make me laugh. I'm just like, this is what y'all. I'm hearing people dying laughing, and I'm like,
you didn't like Daredevil? I mean Daredevil, but Deadpool?
I saw the first one and I never watched any other ones.
Oh
I know
man, you
Jack
gotta
gonna come hard for me on this one.
yo, you didn't watch the one with Deadpool and Wolverine?
I absolutely not. I'm not a. I hate Wolverine. I hate the character.
Where? Whoa! Why? What did Wolverine do to you?
Too dang cocky. I hated him.
Oh, you
That's
gotta.
hilarious.
You gotta watch. Oh
Hated
yes,
it.
you're in for a treat. You gotta watch Deadpool and Wolverine. If you're in for a treat. Hugh Jackman did a very good job along with Ryan Reynolds in that. And the reason you're in for a treat because Ryan Reynolds pays respect to some of those older characters that we like so much. And I'll just leave it there because I don't want to spoil anything.
Hey, my boy Blade pop up in there?
Yes, he did. God bless him.
No, it
Yes,
ain't.
he did.
Blade and those two did it. What is it? Wesley Snipes hated Ryan Reynolds.
He did at first. Yep. Yep. But
hated.
Ryan, yep, he hated him. But I know right now, like now they're buddies, and Ryan is pushing to try to get the new Blade with Wesley Snipes. Now here's the thing: Wesley is technically, I mean, he's too old to play him. So I'm not sure how they can do that, but I think they're going to be doing like a passing of the torch,
like to Marcelo, right? Because I think they wanted him to be.
Well, yeah, they did, but that fell through because from my understanding, what was being leaked was that they kept bringing scripts, and Marshall was like, "This is trash. I'm not going to do it." And again, from my understanding, they kept trying. Again, it's going back to what we were talking about earlier. I cannot confirm any of this, chat, but what I was hearing from some of the rumors that were dropping, they were trying to sit back and have Blade have a daughter, which he does, and have it about the female Blade and not about Blade.
Who did Blade have a daughter with?
I'm not exactly sure, but if memory serves, he does have a daughter. But so Marshawn was like, he's supposed to be the new Blade. He wants it to be about him. He wants to be the actual star of the movie, be about him. They want to kind of circumvent that and say, again, according to the rumors, and have it be about the female female version of Blade, so it's more female centric. That was necessary. So Marshall, so they could not. Every single writer they brought on was, I guess, trying to do the same. I don't know, but that's just part of the rumors that I've heard, and I'm just like, okay, so well, I mean, it's probably for the best. It's probably for the best
because we don't need a Blade remake or like starting it over again.
Yeah,
leave it off where it is to show give us a new one. But if they were going to do a passing of the torch, then yes, you let Wesley Snipes be that, but make the passing of the torch make sense.
Yeah,
another Daywalker if there will. It doesn't have to be a daughter. It could just be anybody.
Yep, 1,000%, man.
But then you can't call it Blade either because his name is Blade.
Mm-hmm.
So that's at a tricky situation. Unless if you're going to do that, make it a son then.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
You got to sell it good if you're going to have a female. Like I said, if it doesn't make sense, then there shouldn't be, a woman character and just adding new characters. It has to make perfect sense to do it.
I agree.
They didn't have a daughter and mention it in the other three. Let it go.
Yep.
Because I need to know who the mama is. Y'all need to show us. Is it the woman from the first one? Is that who he had a child with? Because
no, I don't think so.
That's the only woman because the other girl, she died in the second one. She got burned. Yep. That was sad.
Yep. So yeah, that I'm not necessarily sure of, but again, people didn't like. I guarantee people would have been upset about that because they're people thinking they're coming to see Blade. They're excited about Blade, not Blade's daughter. That's what a lot of people do not like. Again, going back to what we're saying, they try to make it female centric for the fact of trying to kind of play politics. That's not to say that the female Blade doesn't exist, Of course. It's not to say that. It's just to say that people, like, again, you're pulling the rug from under them. You got them hyped about this, and then only for you to, when they go see it, everybody spends all this money. Because the same thing happened with like when they see Feige try to do the same goofy stuff when they what was it, Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel made $1 billion, and and again, these people and again, respect to Disney, but some of these guys, execs like Disney, that they there's no way they can be this dense, because they would say, "Oh my God, Captain Marvel made $1 billion. Oh my goodness!" So people must like Captain Marvel. No, Captain Marvel was hated by a lot of people. The only reason people went and saw it, why? Because they jammed it in between, right before the Infinity War. So people thought
Yeah.
it was a tie-in. So people went and saw it because they thought it was going to be some big tie-in, which it wasn't. Okay, that's why. And they were like, "Okay, what the fuck is this?" So then when the Marvels came out, which was Captain Marvel 2, it did awful. It was like one of the worst Marvel movies ever made. Okay, so it's again, good faith. They ruined it. They went there again. They went to go see Captain Marvel because they thought, listen to Kevin Feige and them, well, it's going to be a huge tie-in for the Infinity Gauntlet movie, because they were trying to, because again, Kevin Feige was trying to make Captain Marvel the face of Marvel. They want to say the future is female. They want to make Kevin Feige. They want to make Captain Marvel the future. I mean, the face of the Avengers, and nobody wanted that. But there were, I'm gonna say nobody. There are people that didn't want that, but the majority of people did not want that. So they kind of pushed back on it, and they didn't go see it. They didn't go support it, and now Captain Marvel is, I think, gone. I don't think if they do Captain Marvel again, guys, it's probably going to have a different actress, because I don't think they're going to be bringing. I don't think Brie Larson will ever do it again.
Well, I wouldn't either. I made my money. I'm good.
Yeah.
I made my
Yeah, Brie
millions
Larson
off
never
this
do it
movie
again.
and being in the actual Avengers movie. Even if I was in there for 2 seconds, I still made my money.
Yeah,
I'm good.
so that's the thing, man. So we'll have to see what happens with with a lot of this stuff, man. But it's just, I just wish people would be able to sit back and enjoy things, and I wish that people could have faith in a lot of entertainment industries, whether it's gaming or movies or whatever, comics. I just wish people can have faith in enjoying things again. Now, again, I have not. I've heard good things. I've heard good things about what's it called, Fallout, the Fallout series on Amazon. I've heard good things about it. I've heard some negative things recently with season 2, but people adored season 1. So, I mean, I'm hoping and again, that's female led. That's female led, because again, it could have been anything, because you create your own character in Fallout. So it's either a girl or a guy. And because of that, they made it female led, and people love it. People love it. We're fans of the franchise. And again, I've heard a lot of really good things about it. I mean, I've heard, again, some bad things recently with season 2, but for the most part, man, I've heard some really good things about it. So I'm kind of curious, how that's going to go. But again, there's supposed to be, from my understanding, there is a live action Mass Effect series coming. It's coming, and I kind of like what they're doing. I was excited originally because I thought it was going to be. I remember a couple of years ago they had what's his name, Henry Cavill. He had basically showed a clip of a script, and it had Quarians on it, and it was like, oh, Mass Effect. So I was super excited because I said, oh yeah, Henry Cavill would be great for Shepard. So, but they changed it. From my understanding, that fell through, and what allegedly they changed it, and that they're going to have it to where it takes place after the events of the original Mass Effect. Because people said the guy, one of the gentlemen that's making Mass Effect, said that Mass Effect was your story. So they said, so now they're going to change that around, and it's going to basically take place after the events of the original Mass Effect trilogy. So
I hope they come somewhere strong with it, and it'll be good.
Yep. Because you played that one and Andromeda, so you're caught up. The only thing you got to do now is read the books that I'm sure you're going to enjoy.
I got
Yeah,
all the books sitting right here on my desk. Like I
yeah.
said, a little breaky break is coming soon. I'm gonna have
You'll
some
love them.
time. I'm not gonna read all of them at one time, but I'm gonna read.
Yeah. Start with the first one.
I got it.
It's
I
incredible.
did.
It's
I'm,
really good. So yeah,
yeah.
I think I think you guys will thoroughly. I mean, I think you will thoroughly enjoy because I know Ruby's not
We
gonna
haven't
read it.
even gotten
Yeah,
Ruby to play.
yeah,
Mass
she,
I
Effect is
yeah.
can't.
slacking
Well,
on me.
I will
Mhm.
say I will either. It's like the same thing with movies. I can't read something and then play it. I could either
Mhm.
do one or the other.
Play it
Yeah.
first, and then I read it. I mean, that thing, the Mass Effect books have nothing to do with this thing. It's before.
What
Mhm.
is that game? Because you guys say it a lot. I don't
Mass
think I've
Effect is a
seen.
sci-fi trilogy. It's a role-play sci-fi trilogy. You create your own character, and it is basically a hero's journey.
Let me
You
see.
Yeah, it's basically that's one of my favorite games of all time, and I got on it late, and I got on like the game is pretty old now. Came out like in the early 2000s,
Mm-hmm.
and it
It's a
still holds up.
story.
Yeah, the story's incredible. I thoroughly enjoyed it,
Ah, I
and
see.
We'll
I'm not
have
a
to show you something when we get off of this real quick.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm with this. I'm not really a sci-fi guy like that,
Oh, I
I
love
actually
sci-fi.
I turned into a sci-fi guy because of Mass Effect. And I'm still not really a sci-fi guy per se, but I do have more respect for the franchise simply because of Mass Effect. Mass Effect did that for me. And I have to give them a lot of credit for that. And Mass Effect was so good that my mom sat back and watched me play all three games. And because and my mom doesn't play video games, but she watched that. She thoroughly enjoyed it. So
It's a
you
good
What?
know,
story. You can play
mhm.
as Fem Shep or Male
Yep.
Shep.
Yep. Yep. Girl Luck Eye. And they did her in the female ship. A lot of people like female ship better because the voice actress seems to have recorded her lines better than the male shepherd.
Oh yeah, I
And
like
uh
female Shep.
mhm,
I need to play Male
absolutely.
Shep. I need to do a run through as a Male Shep.
But guys, we're gonna go up and wrap it up here. I thank you guys for coming. It's been awesome. Thank you guys. I really appreciate from the bottom of my heart that you sit back with us and allow us to shoot the shit the way that we do.
Don't lie to them. I'm just kidding.
He tells me that all the time, bro. Especially with somebody that's near and dear to my heart, it drives me crazy. So tell me I don't lie to her. It pisses me off. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate you guys taking the time. And if you can like and subscribe, we definitely appreciate it. Comment, listen, I'll read your comments. I promise I'll read your comments and I'll try to respond as much as I can. Aisha, Ruby, you have any last words?
You stole my like, comment, share, and
I know,
subscribe.
right?
Oh, dang,
You
my
just
bad.
went and stole our ending.
My bad.
So
Yeah.
no, you don't. I'm hurt.
Whoa, that was a fierce no. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
That's
see,
crazy.
cared. He didn't care.
I said my bad. But anyways, Ruby, do you have any last words?
No, just keep on subscribing and joining us and supporting us in any way, and join our gaming channel.
Yes,
We're better at that.
absolutely. Come watch us stream tomorrow. We stream every Friday, guys, at 6:30 at 6:30 Mountain Time, right? Over here is Mountain Time, right? Pacific time. So
Tomorrow we
Pacific
don't
time.
start tomorrow.
I'm gonna say y'all lying to these people. Oh, we're
Yeah.
streaming tomorrow.
I'm like,
Oh,
why?
I'm
I
so
told
sorry.
you. I'm like,
Yeah.
Y'all
why
not
is he
even
Oh
gonna
lying to
be
me like
man.
there.
that?
That's
We will
crazy.
be streaming on Saturday because we cannot do it tomorrow. But we
Yes.
usually do.
Thank you for the correction.
Yes, we usually do stream every Friday, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30, whatever time they're on.
Yes,
I don't know
Yes,
please
what time
join
they're
us
indeed.
on.
there. Can't we do something like on the YouTube and add like links, right, to our Twitches so people can
Yeah,
actually
I could do that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we could do that. That way they could know where to join.
Absolutely.
Of course.
All right. All right, guys. Until next time.
Until next time.
See ya.